Design and Technology, Unit 2, Module 3, Part B2. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to 1. Differentiate among the main types of business organizations, and 2. Outline the strengths and weaknesses of each organization. Now, in the previous lesson, we looked at the following two types of business organizations, their strengths and weaknesses. These were sole trader or proprietor, and 2. Partnership. In this lesson, we will take a similar look at the following organizations: corporation, limited liability company, and non-government organizations or NGOs. Let's look at corporation. A corporation is a legal entity that is entirely separate from the parties who own it. Corporations are owned by shareholders who invest money in the business by buying shares of stock. They are also governed by a board of directors who are elected by the shareholders. Now, the diagram shows an organizational structure of a corporation. You can see from the diagram that the stockholders or shareholders are the owners of the corporations, who in turn elect directors, and these directors hire top managers to form their top management structure. And this top management includes president, vice presidents, treasurer, and secretary. Now, a corporation can enter into binding contracts, buy and sell property, sue and be sued, be held responsible for its actions, and be taxed. Advantages of a corporation is such that there is limited liability for shareholders, greater access to financial resources. There is also specialized management, which allow for attracting more skilled and talented employees, and there is continuity of the business and transferability of shares of stock. In terms of disadvantages of a corporation, it can be such that the goals of corporate managers and shareholders may differ, and this could affect the ethos of the business. Managers may be more interested in career advancement rather than in profitability of the company. Other disadvantages are that shareholders may be more interested in profits than in the well-being of their employees, and the corporations are more costly to set up. Now, Table 1 presents a summary of advantages for the sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporation. Let's give you a few minutes to digest the content shown here. And Table 2 shows a summary of disadvantages. Now let us look at limited liability company. A limited liability company, LLC, is a type of organization that appeals to small businesses due to the fact that they are easy to organize and are not subjected to the restrictions of other organizations. They offer the same liability protection as do corporations, as well as the option of being taxed as a partnership or a corporation. Advantages of a LLC include the following: owners or members are not personally liable for the debts of the company, and the company's earnings are taxed only once at a personal level, which eliminates what is called double taxation. Now, in terms of disadvantages of an LLC, it is such that a business owner can be held personally liable if he or she personally guarantees a business loan or debt which a company fails to pay. The business owner can also be held liable personally if he fails to pay employment taxes owed to the government. In addition, a business owner can be held personally liable if he or she engages in fraudulent or illegal behavior that harms the company or someone else and does not treat the company as a separate legal entity. An example would be if a business owner uses a company assets for their personal use or purposes. let's look at non-government organizations. These organizations are formed solely for public purposes. They undertake fundraising activities as well as utilize other resources to provide or support public programs. Now, World Bank informs that there are two types of NGOs. These are operational NGOs, which focus on development projects, and advocacy NGOs, which focus on promoting certain causes. Among the main types of operational and advocacy NGOs are BINGO Bingo, which represents international organizations such as the Red Cross, RINGO RINGO, which represents a religious international NGO such as Catholic Relief Services, and CSO, which represents a civil society organization such as Amnesty International. NGOs can also support community-based organizations, CBOs. They are funded by grants, loans, membership dues, private donations, and also government organizations. Areas of work that NGOs undertake include emergency relief, international health education, women's right, children's right, economic development, environmental advocacy, disaster preparation, and so on. Now, the link below provides information on NGOs that are active in the Caribbean. This concludes my presentation on types of business organizations, and these are my references. Thank you.